good morning to all the participants who are seated here, and thanks for the overwhelming response. And as I already communicated over email, we have received over 90 registrations for this particular short-term course, and that shows the interest of the research scholars in this particular area. And finally, we had to shortlist to 62 to accommodate the participants in this room. We'll have more participants joining us shortly, but we will get started with the inauguration of this short-term course, which is for 3 days. And as you already know the background, so the course is coordinated by Professor Cameron Tropia from TU Darmstadt. So he has been the Henry Ford Chair Professor at Mechanical Engineering Department, and today we'll have a very brief inauguration before we start the course at 9 a.m. So I request the head of the Department of Mechanical, Professor Chandramouli, to briefly say a few words to officially inaugurate the course, and then followed by a few words from Professor Tropia, and then we'll get the proceedings started. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to this 3-day course, which is, of course, as I was telling Professor Tropia, he has been the spirit behind organizing this course, although we have been talking about at the department level that we should have more of these type of courses for our research scholars. I think we needed that push from him to get it started. So, as Arvind said, he said close to 90 people signed up, and about 60 of you are, has been shortlisted so that you can attend this 3-day. What is unique about this is it's not purely lectures. From what I understand, afternoons you are going to spend in the lab doing experiments. As the title says, it's measurement techniques, therefore you have to spend the time in the lab. It's not something that you will do by simply sitting here through the day. So I think the first half of the day you will go through these lectures, and then you have hands-on experience. I would urge all the research scholars from whichever department that you are. We are, of course, taking care of this. We are sponsoring this, but it is not just mechanical. I thought, all people working in the institute in this should benefit from such a short-term course. So we are more than happy to fund this course over the 3 days. So take full advantage of this. We have several speakers, so this will tell you how many are engaged in mechanical engineering in a related topic. Of course, I welcome Professor Nambudri from NIT Calicut, who is also, I'm happy that he has agreed to be here and give a talk, as well as, I think, I understand Arvind told me that you have brought your equipment also. So this is very nice of him. So we really appreciate that. So this is your chance to really, utilize this 3 days and learn, the topic, and hopefully you will be able to leverage that towards your PhD or MS, whatever area that, degree that you are pursuing. So with that few words, I once again welcome you, and I hope the 3 days will be very fruitful, and feel one of the best ways is, this is your way to, you should interact with our colleagues, thoroughly, so that whatever questions that you have, please feel free to ask. That's the best way for you to learn, right? So take advantage of that. With that, I request Professor Tropia to say a few words.
Thanks a lot. So I actually I'm getting older, I have to remember everything I have to say. No, but first of all, thanks so much, not only for the initial words now, but also for the financial support from the department, which is, I think you'll all understand during the course, is very important to make the course run smoothly. And especially welcome to everybody. I understand the seats will be full by 9 o'clock, but welcome to everybody who's here already now. And we have to thank Arvind, because there's no way I could have organized this course without him, and he knows the way things work here at the IIT Madras. So we have to thank. This is the time you're supposed to clap for Arvind. Okay, thanks Arvind for helping us out, and we couldn't have. So I have 3 things to talk about, just briefly. First of all, the intentions and expectations, so that we're all on the same field there. The second thing is the content of the course, and the third thing is a few logistical comments before we start. And the very first thing is the intentions. And the reason we're having this course is, of course, to expose you to some, not all, measuring techniques, interfacial phenomena. And it's not our intention that you understand everything comprehensively. The idea is that you have an awareness of what techniques are available, where can I find further information on them, and what are their validity ranges and possibilities, so that even after your term at IIT Madras, that you know, okay, these are available to me in the future. And the second point about intentions is that you realize what's here at IIT Madras. A lot of people don't realize how much expertise and equipment is available here. And sometimes it's only a neighbor not too far away that you could talk to. So, and this was my observation spending time here, that sometimes people were not aware of their neighbors and what they were doing. So that's the intentions, and your expectations, don't put it too high. Sometimes we'll just briefly mention techniques and not completely explain them in detail. But the idea, of course, is to maximize synergies and efficiency of equipment here at the Institute. Regarding content, that's the second point. You have to understand that it is an extremely heterogeneous group. I don't know who you are. I know several of you, but I don't know all of you. But some of you are coming from aerospace, from biomed, from natural sciences, from engineering. And the intention of having this first day where the three of us are talking, and we've called it fundamentals, is to put you all sort of on a same playing field, level playing field, because you're coming from different backgrounds. And we wanted to give you some fundamentals to begin to understand the rest. And understand that there'll be some repetition in the lectures. This is the first time we've all done it. And we didn't talk too much about the content, so the second time will be better. But you won't come the second time. So, okay, anyways, that's a little bit to the content. And the last thing I wanted to say was the logistics. The times are meant to be sharp. This is a good German trait, to be punctual. So things will start at 9 o'clock, I think. And the laboratory is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm moderating this, so I'm here all the time. And to be quite honest, I will be terribly disappointed if we don't fill the 15 to 20 minute question period at the end of each talk. So the idea, I think, you've already stressed that. This is a good chance to talk to people who know what they're talking about and to ask questions. And there's no such thing as a dumb question, really. Believe me. And so please use that opportunity. In the lab, of course, that's not, there it's obvious you can ask questions, but especially here. So we've put at least 15 minutes for every talk. And then after each talk in the 15 minutes, another 20-minute break. Where you can then talk one-to-one. If you're a little bit shy about asking a question, if you think your question is dumb, you can ask it in a coffee break and nobody else will hear it. Anyway, so we think there should be a lot of time for interaction, and as I say, I would be terribly disappointed if you didn't use this. So I just have one last remark: enjoy the course and have fun. And then we have to now change a little bit and get Ashi's pen drive into my computer so that he can start off and kick off with his first lecture. But while he's doing that, you can put it in here.
So just before we get started, I would like to invite the HOD to give a few mementos before he leaves.
Now he knows where the money was spent.
So this is for Professor Tropia for organizing such a wonderful. This is for Professor Nambudri from NIT Calicut for coming all the way to Chennai. Also, the first speaker on this for the short term, Mr. Ashish.
Before the show starts.
Show starts.
Yeah.
Ashish, we are building expectations by you.
One one with all of us. Okay, very good.